Hello all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sara. Usually my videos are about books, about reading, about writing, about creativity and productivity and creative challenges. This week a video is kind of a creative week in my life, not so formally like this, because I haven't been filming every creative activity for this week. Heads up, it involves a bit of baking, and no, I did not film the end of the world that my kitchen was in the last 2 days, because you don't need to see it, so you will see the end result, and that's all that you will see. Not much more than that. So also this week I would like to share with you how my April readings went, how my Read It or DNF'it challenge got me through my April romance, because April was all about book picks that were romance related, and I will show you the book picks for May. Also a few of my currently reading works. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have fun, and see you in a bit. The whole wasn't part of the plan. Read or DNF'it reading challenge for this year. Last month I have picked 4 books from the jar. As usual for this challenge, they were Pleasure Unbound, the Demonica series by Larissa Yon, Fury, the first book of the Other Kin series by Anya Bast, Seize the Night. I hate when the computer is reflecting on my glasses. Let me see if I can change the settings here. Let me see if this makes any difference. Oh, okay, that's better. A little dark in here, but crisis averted. Let's continue. So, Seize the Night, the 6th, it is, the 6th. Let me see, Seize the Night, the number 6, yes, book of the Dark Hunter series by Sherilyn Kenyon, and Heart of Obsidian, the number 12 of the Psy Changeling series by Nalini Singh. April was a month of romance readings, of more mature themes, even though it's a genre a little bit more fantasy, more urban fantasy, more demons and vampires and stuff like that. It has a lot of romance and a lot of scenes more for a more mature audience. So I enjoyed it. I always enjoy a good book, a good romance read, a good urban fiction read, or fantastic, or fantasy, paranormal. It's quite a fun time for me, and I know that I usually read these types of books with more speed than the other genres. For example, non-fiction, I take a lot of time reading anything that it's non-fiction, and I like it that way. That's not a problem. But these are reads that we have less attention to detail, so it's consumed a bit faster, but it gives a great ride for the short hours that we spent reading this. First, Pleasure Unbound, the Demonica series. I decided to start with this one because I had a memory of a previous time that I have started to read this story, that it had a bit of a weird scene at the beginning, something that was kind of not it was fun, but it was a bit odd to start a book that way, for reasons that are a bit more related to me as a writer than as a reader. So the beginning is weird, a bit stretching the line too thin between what's acceptable, pushing someone to do something that she doesn't want to do, so something a bit more violent in it. But it doesn't work out that way later, and we kind of understand where the author is coming from, what she's trying to do with these characters and this story. It was fun, not my favorite, but it was fun. I gave it 4 stars, and in the meantime I ended up reading the second book of this series, Desire Unchained, and I kind of enjoyed it a little bit more than the first one. I'm planning to read the third one, but I haven't picked it up yet, so let's see when that will comes to fruition. Let's see. Second book, I decided to read Seize the Night, the Sherilyn Kenyon series, Dark Hunter. This one is the number 6, so I have read a few by Sherilyn Kenyon. I have a sense that we don't have to read them in order, so they have numbers, they are kind of ordered, but I started reading Sherilyn Kenyon and I ended up reading a few because it's in the same universe and we recognize the characters from different books, but each book is a standalone story, so we can read it. I did enjoy this one. Valerius is a dark hunter that at first it's portrayed a bit odd, a bit weird, and then we kind of start to understand what happened to him and how things progressed, how long he was in a lot of things, and that's interesting enough. So it's a good romance story. I like Tabitha, the female character. It's fun. She's a bit an odd person herself, so it was a great book. I kept looking at my 4 picks for this month, for April, and I don't quite recall why, but I kept looking at Fury and saying there's something about this one that I don't recall almost nothing, and I have already started reading it, so that's why they are in this challenge. I don't recall anything about it, and usually that's not a good thing, because or I do recall good things or I do recall bad things, but nothing. Just that the name of the series is weird, and I kept pushing it, and this one was the last book that I picked up in April to try and read. And no, it's not going to happen. Anya Bast in this book, I don't know how it is on the other ones, how she progresses, if things change or not, but I have a sense that this was written kind of in a period that this genre was going through the roof, so they had a lot of demand for books with a bit more mature themes, a bit more explicit, and not as well written and worked in the perspective of the characters or the plot. So it's kind of just a lot of free-for-all sex scenes, and not quite interesting enough, not for the plot, not for the characters. So no, this one is a clear DNF'it. Yay, I DNF'd it, another one. Which, if you've been seeing my videos, you know that I have a lot of difficulties, even if it's not my, okay, I really love this book and I really love to read these stories and I really love this. No, okay, maybe it's not so good, but I will read it anyway, and then I take forever until finishing it because it didn't spoke to me, and I'm doing a hard work and keep reading it. No, so DNF'it it is. The fourth read was Heart of Obsidian, the number 12 of the Psy Changeling series. I truly enjoyed it. It's been a few years since I picked it up, since I picked any book of this series or of Nalini Singh's. I truly enjoy her writing. I truly enjoy this universe. She constructed a world which is very interesting, which has kind of a parallel world, but not the physical one, so it's interesting, and it's well written. It's not lots of fluff and lots of just hard scenes to grab romance readers' attention, or a bit spicy readers' attention. No, she knows how to put a plot in there and how to work those characters, and usually they are characters that even when we revisited them through this story, we kind of remember that we like them in their book, in the book that had their story. So it's a good series. It's a series that I plan to keep reading. I'm kind of in the middle of some books, as it's my usual. I haven't finished any one of the ones that I have been reading, so I'm still one page reading every few days of The Art of War for Writers of He, and now I added Saves the Cat Writes a Novel. I added A Midsummer Night's Dream by Shakespeare, and I also started Jane in Love by Rachel Givney. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Givney, I don't know. This is kind of a retelling of Jane Austen's short period of life. I kind of don't know where this is going, but I am enjoying it. It seems well written, at least for the part that I have read until now. And it's Jane Austen. I have read a few reviews about it, and there are people that enjoy Jane Austen's world, and they have recommended this one, so I'm reading it. And I confessed I got hooked on it, so let's see where this story goes. Then also I have started The Sinner by G.R. Ward. It's the 18th book of the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. Let's see, I usually enjoy Ward's books and stories. I have already started to collect a lot of quotes on this one also, but let's see. So picks for the month of May for the DNF'it Reading Challenge of this year. So 4 books it is. Okay, so I picked 2 at a time. Let me see. This one's interesting. So Tolkien's Art by Jane Chance, Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. I don't know how to say this, so. And here we go. Another one. Oh, The 4-Hour Workweek Expanded by Tim Ferriss. And the last one, which doesn't want to come out, it's Revision and Self-Editing by James Scott Bell. These are the 4 book picks for next month. So Revision and Self-Editing by James Scott Bell, which I just dropped on the floor. I am already reading one book on the writing craft, Save the Cat Writes a Novel, and now I will add this one. Usually these are the types of books that I take a really long time reading them, because I'm always trying to absorb every little information, so I keep spending a lot of time in these books, but I will do what I can. The 4-Hour Workweek Expanded by Tim Ferriss. I am a follower of some of Tim Ferriss's work, mostly his videos and online presence, some of the episodes of his podcast. Not quite his books, at least not yet. I have started to read the 4-hour work week a few years ago. That's why it is in this challenge. I remember I thought it was a bit show off and not quite the tone that I would like in a book like this, but I will give it another try and see if this was me at the time that wasn't connected with this work, or if it's really a DNF'it for me. So that's why these books are here. The other one is Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. I don't know how to say this. I'm sorry. This is another non-fiction. This is one of these books that I usually find very useful for my mind tools kit, my mind tools shelf, something that I called my mind tools, so works that can contribute to my writing, to my content creation, to my creative activities, but aren't directly connected to the writing craft, for example, or marketing or something like that. It's things that are more helpful in giving me other views about other subjects. And the fourth is Tolkien's Art by Jane Chance. This book I bought, it's an ebook. All of them are ebooks, just like last month. This one I have bought. It's a group of ebooks in a website which I can't recall the name at this exact moment. So they usually sell bundles of ebooks in different genres, in different themes. They sell fiction, non-fiction, everything you can think of, like books on gaming, books on Tolkien. Just so I bought the bundle with, I don't know, I think it was 15 or 20 books of authors that wrote works related or explaining Tolkien's writing, Tolkien's views, his creativity, and themes that are related to Tolkien in some way. So this one is one of those, which I started it but didn't pursue it. So it's here and now it's time for me to read it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was fun for you to watch. I don't know if I shared, but this week it was my daughter's birthday, so that's why I was baking that huge cake for her to take to school. It was interesting enough. It was hard. It was interesting enough. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have read any of the books that I have mentioned in this video. Let me know if you would recommend anything related or non-related. Let me know on the comments what you think about the books for next month, and if you read any one of of those. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everything is okay over there. See you next week. Bye bye.